Really excited to share with you today some techniques on how to tie-dye t-shirts. I went on a little bit of an expedition and I've tried many different things, t-shirts, hoodies, even a bag. I've tried different colors, scrunch technique and spiral, and I'm going to do a few videos and I'd love to share them with you. My first video I'm going to do is I'm going to show two different techniques, the traditional spiral and then also the scrunch technique. And a lot of that depends on how you bunch up your shirt with your rubber bands. So to tie-dye a t-shirt, we have the spiral technique. Okay, traditional spiral. Then I have my scrunch technique. So traditional scrunch. And then if you use less ink, I'll show you how to do this. You can actually have more of a white background on your t-shirt. I also did this hoodie. This hoodie is one of my favorites. It's nice and warm. And in a different video, I'll show you how to do a hoodie. So if you like this video, please check out my next videos. They'll be coming up soon. I'm going to also be doing some tie-dye experiments. Alrighty, so next up is to think about materials. You can go ahead and buy some dye. It takes about 6 to 8 hours before you rinse it out, so it's a one-step dye. You're going to want to get yourself some decent gloves. You're also going to need a bag. I'm going to use a plastic table cover. Of course, you're going to need a plain t-shirt. 100% cotton t-shirt. And to do the traditional spiral, you need to find the center of the shirt. Okay? And when you get to the center, you're going to pinch it, and then you're just going to start twisting. And it's going to start to spiral. So you'll notice that as I twist it, the shirt starts to come in. It's making a spiral, and the rest of it starts to come close. You want to pinch it and start spiraling. You can kind of gently help the folds get into place. All right, I'm going to get the rubber bands. This is a little bit tricky. The larger the shirt, the more material, and then a little bit harder it is to get the rubber bands to fit on there. It doesn't have to be exact. Tie-dye is wonderful in that every shirt is unique. That's one of the greatest things about tie-dye. Okay, so we have rubber band going one way. It's good to get it to go the opposite direction next. Again, you could push down the folds so that they are more prominent. Okay. I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to show you the scrunch technique. So in order to scrunch it, you could start in the middle again, right? So go down to the middle, right, of the shirt, and you just start pinching it, right? And as you pinch it, it starts to become bunched up, and there's no specific pattern, and that's the beauty of it, because it's going to turn out to look kind of marbleized. So you're just using your fingers to pull it in and scrunch it, see? So it just gets scrunchier and scrunchier until you have the whole shirt come on in. You can see the sleeve going in, and so this will take me a minute to get it all scrunched up. Okay, it looks pretty scrunched. Now we're going to get the rubber band on. All right, I'm going to put that to the side. Next up is I get my gloves on. So I have my tie-dye bottles, and in there it comes with some powder in the bottom. You fill them up with water to the edge and shake them up. Make sure to follow whatever directions come with your kit. We're going to go ahead and start off with our spiral shirt. Okay, so what you want to do is think about how many colors you have. I have 4 different colors, so I'm going to split mine in 4. With the spiral, because it goes inward upon itself, the color should start off in the middle and then end up going out throughout the whole shirt. So it is okay to split it up in 4 equal sections. So I'm going to get started. It's okay to go over the rubber band. It usually ends up soaking around it anyway. As you get it all over the surface, the important thing to think about is that in between these ridges, there's actually still some white space. So that's where you start to think about your design. Would you like yours to be super saturated with color, or would you like more white spaces? And so as I go, I'm going to keep going till I get to the edge, but let's just look. I just want to show you inside the folds. As you can see, inside there, it's white, right? So if I want to have less white, I need to start filling it in there too. So what I do is start tucking it into the folds, right? All right, I want to make sure I don't run out of ink. That's very important to think about if you get a kit, is how much ink do I have? So I've used about half of this, which means I'm still going to need to flip this over and do the other side at some point. So I'm going to put this aside for now. I do want to get the full pattern going, so I'm going to use the next color. Alrighty, you're going to continue until the last section is filled in, and then we're going to flip it over. When we flip it over, we're going to keep the same color in the same section. So the dark purple will be on this side, right? The next step is to go ahead and put this into a bag. Now we let that sit 6 to 8 hours. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our next t-shirt, the scrunch design. Today, I want to do it randomly, so it's a little bit more marbleized like my light colored sweatshirt that you saw. So let's get started. Because when you undo it, each patch is going to be one side or one part of the shirt. So you wouldn't want only pink on one side and not on the other, or only on the top and not on the bottom. So by spreading it out like that, you make sure that you get color all over the shirt in a pattern. Once we are done with the dye, we go ahead and take our t-shirt and put it into a bag. Okay, we seal the bag and let it sit for 6 to 8 hours. After you wait the amount of time it's supposed to sit in the dye, it's time to open up the bag, take off the rubber bands, and check out our design. You can either cut off the rubber bands or just take them off. If it's not too hard to take them off, I just take them off and reuse them. So, after you untie the rubber bands, you go ahead and rinse it out until the water runs mostly clear. You're going to put it in the washing machine and then into the dryer. And I will show you the results. Alrighty, they're ready. Here's my first one. So the first one I have is our spiral technique. Check this out. Let me show you the back. Very exciting. And now for the scrunch t-shirt. Check this out. The back. Alrighty. If you love this video with our scrunch and spiral, click like, hit subscribe, and check out my upcoming tie-dye videos. I'll see you next time. Peace out.